And I know exactly what y'all are thinking. Hold up, ain't this the same dude from Tiffany's old crew? Yep, same man, same game. So you already know how wild this looks to Tiffany Henyard right now. Sis probably somewhere, eating lemon pie, looking at the screen like, oh, now he got his name on the boxers, and suddenly it's fine. Napoleon, you really just made Tiffany look like the victim. That alone should be illegal. Cue music, what's good? Y'all, it's your girl, J9 Eve. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this tea, and get loud in them comments. So listen, Miss Petty Supreme, aka Tiffany Henyard, has officially been evicted from the political playground. Thornton gave her the boot, and Dalton ain't looking too cozy either. Sis went from holding to thrones to standing outside the castle gates. And now she wants to write a book. Girl, we can't even finish the last chapter. Stepping into the power seat is none other than Napoleon Harris. You might know him from his NFL days or the Illinois Senate, but don't get it twisted. This wasn't no humble transition. This was a hostile takeover with a slick twist. Bro didn't walk in. He snatched that chair like it was a clearance sale. He's collecting titles like Peckerman, state senator, business owner, now township supervisor. Man out here, triple dip, like it's a Sunday bar. Now, here's where things go left. That supervisor spot, he didn't win it in no election. Nah, he pulled a raise your hand, if you want power. Move in a board meeting and boom Tiffany out, Napoleon in. No ballots, no campaign, just a couple hands in the air, like they choosing pizza toppings. And the craziest part, people were so done with Tiffany, they ran full speed into something that might be worse. Word is, getting rid of Napoleon. Way harder than her. Jumped to the most recent board meeting, only his second. By the way, and the flags are already flying. Salary drama, shady deals, and now, boxers. Yes, food boxers. Remember when Tiffany had her face and name slapped on every grocery box like she was running a franchise? People were pressed. They even passed an ordinance banning it unless the board was listed too. That's how deep the petty cuts went. Now watch what happens next. Here comes the twist. That ordinance wasn't even a thing when Frank Zarelli did the same exact thing. His name was plastered all over those boxes and nobody said a word. Tiffany does it subtly. It's World War Petty. So they created a whole law just to muzzle her. Now fast forward. Tiffany gone, Napoleon in, and guess whose name magically appears on the new boxes? Yup, Napoleon. And guess what else? Not a single ordinance mentioned. Then this brave woman steps up at the meeting and says what everybody's thinking. Why was the ordinance repealed? Why was it an issue for her and not for you? And who? The air got thick. His first response, the classic Tiffany line, we'll get back to you, aka, we never will. Then silence, not even a fake explanation. For a man who campaigned on transparency, bro turned into a mime. Sir, the hypocrisy is louder than your silence. It's a terrible look. Let's not pretend it's anything else. And if we're being honest, I saw this coming. The way Napoleon slipped into that seat was messy from the jump. Yet Tiffany had to go, no question. But watching Napoleon snatch the mic, bang the gavel, and declare himself the new king. Nah, that wasn't leadership. That was a birthday party where he clapped for himself. It's giving trauma swap. Like when someone escapes a wild relationship screaming for help, and then jumps in the car with someone even worse. That's what just happened in Thornton and Dalton. Folks ran from Tiffany like she was the final boss only to end up in Napoleon's dungeon. Moral of the story, don't just run from danger. Check where you're running to. But hey, they'll figure it out. Eventually, and then we get to the moment. Someone finally demands to know what happened to that no-name ordinance. You'd expect real leadership to step up with a clear answer. Something that sounds like accountability. Instead, crickets. Man, I've heard more noise in a meditation class. Then finally, Napoleon coughs up a half-hearted excuse like it's stuck in his throat. Apparently, the rule was scrapped because the previous board didn't like it. Back when Tiffany was out here branding herself like a cereal box, they created it to shut her down. But now, the new board views it differently. MMCA. That's real convenient, especially since Napoleon was sitting on that same board. When they passed the rule, you cannot make this mess up if you tried. And there he is, tucked in the corner like he hoping the camera don't pan, his way Chris Gonzalez. Y'all remember him, right? Mr. Oops, I accidentally nominated Tiffany Henyard at the 11th hour. The dude who started this whole circus, now he's sitting there like a Sunday school kid, quiet as a confession. But baby, you will be noticed. Believe that. I'll never forget it, and I won't let y'all forget either. Chris Gonzalez doesn't get to play innocent now. He paved the road for Tiffany's reign and handed her the keys, then sat back and watched it burn. And now he wants to act like the past don't count. Meanwhile, Napoleon out here claiming it's just a matter of opinion whether his name goes on food boxes. Royo were on the board that banned it. Stop gaslighting us. Then Napoleon flips the script like we won't notice and says, we're working collaboratively now. Okay, Shakespeare. The only thing y'all collaborated on was grabbing a Sharpie and branding every damn box with his name like it's a sponsored ad. It's the same Tiffany playbook just with new jerseys. Y'all switched faces. But the mess smells the same. Now pause and let's imagine Tiffany watching this from her villain lair, sipping tea like. So now it's not a problem. And honestly, she got a point. The same thing, she got dragged, for y'all letting Napoleon slide right through it. The man fumbled so hard, he made Tiffany look like she had a point and that's borderline criminal. Napoleon tried to smooth things over with a staged ordnance moment, like that weak response was supposed to calm the crowd. Meanwhile, there's a dude literally covering his mouth, trying not to laugh. Is that the attorney? Because if that's the legal counsel, we're in trouble. He thinks the people are clowns. And maybe he's not totally wrong, because that performance, stupid adjacent. Watch the lady's face during the answer. She ain't buying it for a second. And when Napoleon says, we rescinded it because the old board thought there was a misuse of name and image. Sir, you were on that board. Chris Gonzalez, we see you too. You think people forgot. We didn't. Approving public money to push Napoleon's name again isn't transparency. It's a rebrand campaign. Let's break this chess move down. Napoleon used one powerful seat to slide into another, then swooped in and snatched Thornton like it was a Groupon deal. Now he's got statewide buzz, township control, and a promo rollout that looks taxpayer-fit, and everyone on that board just nodded along. But when Tiffany did it, people lost their minds. Ordinances were flying. But now, crickets. Chris Gonzalez. Let me be crystal. You opened this door. You name-dropped Tiffany when nobody was looking and started a mess that still hasn't been cleaned up. Now you want to act like the quiet kid in the back of class. No sir, I see you. I've always seen you, and I'll always remind folks who started the fire. This isn't just hypocrisy, it's selective memory. Now they want to talk about accountability and working together. Please, y'all put Napoleon's name on those boxes like he's the township's new iPhone drop. It's the same old Tiffany mess, just with better lighting and less eyeliner. The names changed, the scandal stayed the same. It's just season 2 of the same corrupt series. And somehow, all of Thornton's chaos feels like the sequel to Dalton. Disaster. Yes, Tiffany's a whole dictator, controlling, manipulative, allergic to oversight. She was signing checks solo when it required to. But when she stepped into Thornton, they used her Dalton reputation as ammo to push her out, used that drama to clean house. And look who slid into her seat when the smoke cleared. The same people who screamed the loudest are now the ones in power. The watchdogs barking at Tiffany. Now they're purring for Napoleon. It's giving, I hope y'all forgot. But trust me, didn't, and neither should you. Hopefully the folks in Thornton don't let shame shut their mouths now. Y'all clowned Tiffany and maybe she earned it, but now you've got Napoleon running the same exact playbook, just dressed in better grammar. Don't sit there pretending it's cool just 'cause you're embarrassed. It's not cool. Keep that same energy. Keep dragging the nonsense. Don't let your pride hand him a permission slip. Now look, I get it. Napoleon ain't got Tiffany's chaos. He doesn't bring the drama, the TikTok soundbites, or the unhinged energy. Tiffany was a full-blown spectacle, like a reality TV villain with a taxpayer-funded glam team. And real talk, I kinda miss her too. Just a little. And soon, Thornton might start missing her as well, which is gonna hurt to admit, but the truth. It don't care how you feel, so be real with yourselves. Stay loud, stay watching, because you already know I am. I'm screenshotting, I'm screen recording, I'm calling out names and pulling up archives. And OVIP and MMHM, she's rocking with Napoleon now, because of course she is. But don't worry, we'll circle back to that mess real soon.